I have to admit, with all of you today, I have a little bit of a sweet tooth in my fragrance game. Yes, I do. Gourmand fragrances are tricky ones. For me personally, moderation is key with gourmand fragrances and food. But fragrance like New Harlem, which is a big, bold gourmand scent, is best in moderation. Wear it from time to time. This one right here, called Wicked Good from Gallagher Fragrances, is a heavy gourmand fragrance. But I have to ask you this. Is this one right here a gourmand lover's dream? We'll see. Next up on Taking a Test Drive. Fragrance family, welcome to Taking a Test Drive. This is where I test drive a scent prior to purchasing or forgetting about it. I wear them from 1 to 2 wearings and let you know my thoughts. This one a very unique test drive, as this was actually sent to me and it is not a sample. It's actually a full bottle. But I'm going to let you know how it went. So before I get into the meat and potatoes of the fragrance, please take the time to subscribe down below and hit that bell so you can keep tabs on yours truly. I'm trying to pump out as much content for all of you out there, and hitting that bell makes you be one of the first to check me out. I'm also all over social media. You can follow me on all platforms. I am under my YouTube name, Robes08, on all platforms. You can check me out Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Talking about Facebook, let's talk about my Facebook group, which is called Fragrance Guru Nation, where myself and 17,100 other members are waiting for you to join us today and talk about fragrances, fragrance reviewers, new releases, buy, sell, all that good stuff. So Fragrance Guru Nation, a great place to check out new fragrances, things like that, and talk with like-minded people. Now on to today's docket. Is what the title suggests, is I'm checking out Wicked Good by Gallagher Fragrances. This fragrance, of course, was sent to me by Daniel Gallagher. Merci beaucoup, certainly appreciate it. As a fragrance reviewer, I certainly appreciate the smaller bottles. These 1 ounces are actually perfect for testing purposes and keeping a little bit left over for, of course, my own personal use after the fragrance review is done. But let's take a look under the hood of Wicked Good. Release date was actually quite recent. I believe it was mid 2019, late 2019. Concentration, this one is in eau de toilette. The nose behind this, of course, is the founder and the parfumier behind the fragrance brand, Daniel Gallagher. Again, I want to thank Daniel for this bottle. He is the sponsor of this video. Thanks, Daniel. But definitely appreciate getting fragrances like this in the mail when I wasn't really expecting it. So thank you to Daniel. And anything any company sends to me goes on video. Good or bad, that's your choice. I'll let everybody know what I think about the particular scent. So major notes on Wicked Good would have to be chocolate and vanilla. So gourmand lover's dream, perhaps. Now I'm actually living with a Wicked Good today. It is my scent of the day. The dry down is on my arms here, and I am going to remind myself of this introduction. So my day with Wicked Good, one for the back of the hand and one for the fragrance community. For all of you watching my videos, thank you so much. Now my day with Wicked Good, up top, Wicked Good is, if you love gourmand fragrances, straight up chocolate. It's very rich, actually, very rich chocolate. It reminds me, honestly, of chocolate icing. It's not powdery, it's very rich. It is a chocolate icing that you would put on a cake. A very gourmandish, very rich, and very much chocolatey. I'm not getting much of anything else. It's just chocolate icing, which, if you like chocolate, this one's going to be for you in the opening. Now, once it dries down just a bit on my skin, we're still in the introduction, but it starts giving me a little bit more depth here. The icing kind of tones down, the vanilla comes into play, and then the almonds from the tonka bean comes into play too. So it gives it a little more depth. The chocolate gets a little more powdered in this particular section of the fragrance from the tonka bean. Starts making me think of a powdered hot chocolate. I do like the nuances from the note dominant from the start right down to what I'm getting now. It's starting to see all three major notes showing up, which is of course chocolate, Madagascar vanilla, and tonka bean. So I am getting a lot of those at this early stage. It's very interesting that the opening was very much just chocolate icing. Like it was just dense, deep, and it was thick. It was just chocolate straight up. And then now, and this wasn't, you know, this is 30, 45 seconds into the video here. And now I'm getting into more of the vanilla. It's starting to mix with the chocolate. The chocolate's getting a little more powdered, and I'm getting that almond-like feel from the tonka bean. So very interesting. I'm not gonna say this thing has a lot of depth to it, to be quite honest, but it does have some great players here. Now more into the dry down of this scent. In the heart, the tonka and the vanilla are the big boys in this dry down, and the chocolate kind of takes more of a backseat to the fragrance. It continues to be sweet throughout, of course, with these notes. Honestly, you're not going to get much more than what it says on the sticker here. Chocolate, vanilla, tonka bean. That's pretty much what I got in this dry down. So honestly, wicked good. For a gourmand lover, I can see it. If you really do like your chocolates and you like your tonka bean and vanillas, this may work for you. It's very simple, straightforward. It tells you exactly what's on the bottle here. It's going to tell you what the scent is all about. So it is for a gourmand lover for sure. Now let's get into the revolver, where I'm going to talk about seasons, day or night, versatility and performance. Let's start with seasons. These type of builds are of course made for fall. I feel like my gourmands excel in the fall. It's just cold enough that I like that. I like my denser, perhaps more woody fragrances or more spicy fragrances or incense for the winter. So the fall is more of the playful. I like my Amen, you know, pure malts and things like that. A little more playful scents in the fall. You can wear them in the winter, of course. Cooler spring nights, it'll work well. So that's where gourmands really do shine. Day or night, I feel like this one's more of a nighttime scent. Again, you can wear it casually during the day. If you're going to the mall, you want to throw something on and you really want to hit a chocolate, I don't see why not. So it has some versatility to it. Talking about versatility, it is also limited because of the playfulness of this fragrance. It could limit it. You know, I'm not going to wear this with a tuxedo. Would I wear this to work? Probably not. So those are things that kind of limit this type of release. Performance. How'd this thing do on my skin? I'd have to say the longevity was actually pretty good with this one. You never know with gourmand fragrances. Some really just dip. They really do. And then some are just beast. This one was just pretty normal. 6 to 8 hours. Nothing to complain about, but not beast in any shape, way, or form. Projections, same thing. It was very much average. Average projection. I didn't feel like this one really threw itself out. And I like my gourmands at times. I really do like my gourmands to shout a little bit. This one, kind of a little weak for a gourmand scent. We'll see. We'll see with more testing how it does. It's going to go in the vault now for fragrance review. So next time you're going to see this is when I actually do a full-fledged review on it. But at the same time, for early testing, performance was good. Nothing to complain about, but I'd like more. Now to end the video, my final thoughts on Wicked Good. Overall, a solid chocolatey vanilla gourmand fragrance scent here on the market. I truly enjoyed wearing this one. I can't wait to wear it more and more in the winter months. Daniel does have sample sets available. I know he has a 2 milliliter sample available of this, so you can purchase this on his site if you want to, or get a sample of it. I actually recommend it. It all depends where you are in your journey. What are you looking for? There are scents that do this kind of stuff. Like one comes to mind is Chocolate Greedy. I actually have several fragrances that do this for around the same price point, maybe a little less. So the price point is going to sometimes sway you. This one's a little more expensive, I believe. But at the same time, what you're looking for, simple, straightforward chocolate, vanilla, tonka bean scent. I think it does what it's went out to do. So now I'm going to give it a rating, as I always do with these test drives, on a rating of 1 to 10 bottles. If I had to give this one a score currently, I'm going to give this one 7 bottles out of 10. I think it is a solid release from the House of Gallagher fragrances. There's some downfalls on it. There's not much complexity to the fragrance, but you know what you're going to get. Price point, same thing for how much you're getting, and I understand the Madagascar vanilla and all that jazz, but at the same time, 7 out of 10 for me in regards to what I got out of this. But it's a good one. For a chocolate-based scent, I'm happy. Now that you know what yours truly thinks about it right now, for initial impression, I'd love to hear yours. So, YouTube fragrance community, if you're watching this video and you have smelt this fragrance, give me the good, bad, and the ugly in the comments below. You know what to do. Now, I am going to leave you with a few takes from social media. I asked everybody on my social media what they thought about Wicked Good, Good, Bad, and the Ugly. I'm going to put those comments in the back end of this video. As always, a great or poor fragrance will make a lasting impression. Choose your chocolate-based fragrance wisely. Thanks for watching, YouTube. Have a good one.